Before Freddie Mercury became a legend, he was just a boy named Farrokh Bulsara. Born in Zanzibar, an island off the coast of Africa, Freddie's childhood was far from the bright lights of the stage. His parents, Bulsara, were Parsis from India. They valued tradition, education, and family. Freddie's world was filled with rich culture and stories from his heritage. Growing up, Freddie was a shy, sensitive kid. He loved music, but he was quiet about his passion. His parents noticed his talent early, sent him to a boarding school in India. That's where he got his first taste of music, joining the school choir, forming his very first band. Even then, he was already dreaming big. But life wasn't easy. Freddie's family had to leave Zanzibar during a revolution starting over in England. Imagine being a teenager landing in a new country with a new language and no friends. He'd spend hours at the piano because he never forgot where he came from.
From a young age, music was his escape. At boarding school in India, he began playing piano, already showing the flair that would later captivate the world. In 1970, he joined guitarist Brian May, drummer Roger Taylor, and later bassist John Deacon. Together, they formed Queen. It was Freddie who pushed the band's theatrical style, designing the iconic crest and shaping their unforgettable image. Mercury's voice spanned 4 octaves, shifting from tender whispers to operatic power. On stage, he was electricity incarnate. His energy turned concerts into communal experiences where every fan felt part of the show. One moment sealed his place in history. Live Aid, 1985. In just 20 minutes, Freddie Mercury commanded the largest audience ever gathered for a rock concert. His voice, his charisma, his connection, unforgettable. Off stage, Freddie was private, gentle, and generous. He surrounded himself with close friends, his cats and his partner Mary Austin, who remained central in his life. In the late 1980s, Freddie was diagnosed with AIDS, a battle he kept from the public until the end. Even as his health declined, he recorded tirelessly, determined to leave music behind for the world. Freddie Mercury passed away in 1991, but his voice still echoes, his songs still inspire, and his legend still burns brighter than ever. He wasn't just a rock star, he was a force of nature.
When I think about Freddie Mercury, I see not just a rock star, but a legend whose light burned so bright, even as darkness closed in. It was 1987 when Freddie received the news, HIV positive. Back then, the world didn't offer hope, only fear. Freddie kept it secret, shielding his pain from the public and even some friends. He didn't want pity, he wanted music. He wanted to live fully, right up to the end. Imagine knowing your time is running out, but still walking onto the stage, still writing, singing, and loving with everything you have left. He poured his soul into Queen's last albums, Innuendo and Made in Heaven, transforming his struggle into art that would outlive him. His bandmates became his family. They protected his privacy, supported him, and created with him in a race against time. Every recording session was precious. Sometimes he'd say, "Let's get to work, I don't know how much time I've got." Freddie's health faded quickly. By late 1991, the world had noticed his thin frame and fragile voice. But he refused to disappear quietly. In his last video, "These Are the Days of Our Lives," you see him smiling, eyes shining, sending a silent goodbye to his fans. On November 23, 1991, Freddie released a statement. "I have this disease, and I wanted everyone to know the truth." He died just 24 hours later. But Freddie's legacy, that never faded. He taught us to embrace life in the face of fear, to sing even when our voice shakes. The show must go on. And it has, because legends never truly die.